Welcome to Euro, playing against Sorin, so should be a fun match. We got Gideon as the emblem too. We've got Field of Ruin, Island, Simic, Guildgate, Return to Nature. Yeah, I like this. So we've got a 4-mana ramp. If we can get to that fourth mana, or that fourth land drop, and we got Thassa's Intervention, so we were going to keep on this one. No reason to ship this one back and let our opponent be on the play. So we're playing Euro, Titan of Nature's Wrath. Whenever Euro enters the battlefield, sacrifice it unless it escaped. And let's just go and lead off with Simic Guildgate. That way we can have that come into play tapped. But yeah, sacrifice it unless it escaped. Then whenever Euro enters the battlefield or attacks, you gain 3 life, draw a card. Then you may put a land from your hand, a land card from your hand onto the battlefield, then escape for double green and double blue. And our opponent's going to go for a Dread Horde Invasion. Let's lead off with Island. We do have Leafkin Druid that we can go for. I think that would be good. Now, if we want to, we've got Return to Nature, so we can pop that Dread Horde Invasion. I think that sounds pretty good. Because we've still got the ramp access to Leafkin Druid for Circuitous Route that next turn. Yeah, we just don't want to fight a zombie the whole game. So let's go Return to Nature. We're going to destroy target enchantment. There we go. We're going to pop that invasion, and then we're going to go and pass the turn. That's one of those that if they get that mass zombie going pretty quick, it may not be that good for us. At least we can kind of slow that roll just a little bit, and that'll make all of us happy. So let's go Leafkin Druid. Yeah, because that's going to be green. Then we have the land drop for the turn, which is going to be Field of Ruin. And then we can go for Traveler's Amulet, which will allow us to sacrifice, grab a basic. But the main thing is it's going to give us an extra card in the graveyard for Euro, which is pretty much exactly what we need to get that escape going. Play against Sorin. As long as it's your turn, creatures you control and planeswalkers you control have lifelink. And then for the +2, come back here, Sorin. Deals 1 damage to target player or planeswalker. And then for a -X, return. There we go. -X triggers. Okay, return target creature card with converted mana cost X from your graveyard to the battlefield if that creature is a vampire in addition to its other types, or it becomes a vampire in addition to its other types. So let's lead off with the land for the turn. That's going to be 4. So we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we've got 5 total mana. I think at this point we can hopefully find some sort of answer for Bloodthirsty. I mean, that is a pretty good chunk in the air. We do have Gilded Goose, so that can at least block in the air. Yeah, let's just do that. So let's go for Circuitous Route, because at this point, we just want to build up our graveyard. And you know what? We do have, let's just split this one down the middle. Let's have, because we already do have the Guildgate out there. So we'll grab a island and grab ourselves a forest. Let's have Gilded Goose enter the battlefield, and then anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn. Now, we do have shared summons in the hand. Search your library for up to 2 creature cards with different names, reveal them, put them in your hand, then shuffle your library. One of the things that we do have in this deck that really does help out is we have, where is he? Agent of Treachery. That's going to be 7 total mana. You can see we're almost there. We're actually there with Leafkin Druid. So if Bloodthirsty does become an issue for us, it may take a little bit of setting up, but at least we can go for shared summons, and that allow us to grab whatever sort of creature that we may need. And if our opponent's going to go all in on the Bloodthirsty Aerialist, I think that's probably going to be a good game plan for us. So we're going to let this 5 come in. Yeah, that's going to be fine, and then we'll end up going for the shared summons, I think. And with us having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we've got 7 total mana. We can actually go Arcane Signet. Yeah, I kind of like that. So we can go Arcane Signet, and then we're not going to tag. Yeah, we'll do this. We'll just go and hold it back, and then no attacks, and then pass the turn to our opponent. So if they get down something gnarly, we do have Thassa's Intervention to kind of counter that spell. But at this point, we're going to be going for shared summons to grab ourselves that Agent of Treachery. And if they gain an extra life, that's going to make it a 7/8, and that'll be a very nice creature in the air. So we've got Heliod coming down. Whenever you gain life, put a +1 counter on target creature you control. Yeah, I think we won't let that go on through. That's fine. And what we're going to do on this, we're going to declare Gilded Goose a blocker on Bloodthirsty. That will give them a little bit of extra life gain, but we're going to be able to use Gilded Goose to sacrifice this food token to be able to get a little bit extra mana. So we're going to let that +1 counter go. So we got an 8/9 in the air. That is a very, very nice vampire rogue. All right, so let's go Gilded. We're going to act. Ooh, there we go. Let's go to blockers. There we go. We're going to choose Gilded Goose as a blocker. And then before that happens, we're going to go and activate Gilded Goose. Let's go ahead and sacrifice a food token to add green mana to our mana pool. There we go. And let's go for shared summons. And let's grab ourselves. Now, what we could do is we could grab in-race Forerunners, but I think at this point, we're going to grab Agent of Treachery. We could go for Hydroid Krasis, which is going to be X equals like 2 card draw, 3 card draw, which is not that bad. But I'm almost tempted to go for Questing Beast. That's going to keep Sorin in check, and I think that might be the better answer. So, all right, let's submit 2 of these. We're going to grab Agent of Treachery and Questing Beast. So we're going to see Gilded Goose block in front of Bloodthirsty. I'm just going to put them up to 44, and now we do have our work cut out for us. But at least we're going to have a very nice threat in the air once we gain control of it. So we're going to let that resolve. That's going to be a 10-11. So really, we're just looking at 4 swings with Bloodthirsty once we have Agent of Treachery come down. So let's make the land drop. Let's go for Agent of Treachery. Have that enter the battlefield. And the good thing about this is this isn't something that needs to stick around on the battlefield. You know, once we have Agent of Treachery, we can just gain control of that. And if something happens to Agent, that's fine. If not, then we've got ourselves a nice little threat in the air. So we do have 2 total mana at this point. Let's go ahead and crack Traveler's Amulet. We're going to grab ourselves a Forest. There we go. That's going to go into the hand, and then I think that's going to be it. We can swing in with Leafkin Druid, but we're not going to do that. Then we'll simply just going to go ahead and pass the turn over to our opponent. So we'll see what they've got. They don't really have any creature cards in the graveyard, and by any, I mean 0. And so we don't really have to worry about that -X ability from Sorin. And really, if you think about it with Bloodthirsty, we can just swing in with 1 swing and knock out Sorin. Ooh, Liliana. Okay. Now, if they do end up going for the -4, it's not the end of the world. We're just going to sacrifice Agent and sacrifice Leafkin. The only thing that we do need to be worried about would be some sort of spot removal, but they've got 1 card left in the hand. And so I think we're going to be okay on this one. Ooh. Or you can just rip into a Mass Manipulation. Let's go Forest, and yeah, let's have some fun. That's going to be Mass Manipulation, X equals 2. Yeah, I like that. X is equal 2. Let's grab Liliana. Let's grab ourselves Sorin. Let's go and auto pay for this. Oh, that is just beautiful. Let's go ahead and go for the +2. Let's gonna choose our opponent. That's one of the fun things about playing this deck is though, even though we haven't, all right, opponent's gonna scoop it up. I don't blame them. When you've got their entire board state on your side, it's a little hard to win. So, but what I was about to say is with Euro, this is just basically a Simic ramp deck. You know, we never got Euro down. But using Agent of Treachery, using Mass Manipulation to gain control of their Planeswalkers, hey, that's part of our game plan. Once we get to that big mana, it's hard for our opponent to keep up, and we're able to stabilize. Thankfully, with Gilded Goose, we didn't take a lot of damage. So, anyways, I'll see you in the next game. All right, bye. Welcome to Euro versus Krenko. Hope you're excited. I haven't played against Krenko in the Brawl Hall, so I'm actually excited about that. As far as opening hand goes, we have Castle, we have Jace, Wielder of Mysteries. Yeah, this is good. We've got Circuitous Route, we've got Omen. I mean, we've got a ton of ramp, and then, I mean, there's no reason to ship this one back, so we're going to go and keep on this one. The only thing is, well, actually, no, with Circuitous Route and Omen, and potentially a Chump Blocker with District Guide, we're going to be able to get some our graveyard going pretty quick. So let's go and lead off with Castle, because we have no other force. It's going to enter the battlefield tapped, and then we will pass the turn. We're playing Euro. Enters the battlefield, sacrificing unless it escape. Then, whenever a Euro enters the battlefield or attacks, you gain 3 life, draw a card, put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield, then escape for double green and double blue. And opponent's going to get down a Spear Spewer. All right, let's have some fun. So let's have Island come down. And yeah, there's nothing else. So we're playing Krenko, 10th Street Kingpin. Shout out to Mudsta. Whenever Krenko attacks, put a +1 counter on it, then create a number of 1/1 red goblin creature tokens equal to Krenko's power. So, and then we have the Calamity down, which is going to be something that we do need to watch out for. Thankfully, we do have Return to Nature in here, which will allow us to deal with that. So, at this point right now, we can go for Omen of the Hunt. That's going to be an extra land on the battlefield. But at this point, we might as well just kind of end up going for Euro, which I do like. So let's have a Force into the battlefield. Let's go for Euro. And since we do have Omen, District Guide being a chump blocker at some point, I think we will go ahead and send Euro to the graveyard. Yeah, I think that sounds like a good plan. And then, yes, we will put Forest onto the battlefield. And yeah, we'll go and have it go to the graveyard. Or at least next turn, we can just straight up cast it again and have it go to the graveyard. I think I kind of like that a little bit better. Yeah, let's have Euro go back to the command zone. It is going to cost one more extra mana to cast Euro out of the command zone, but there's just some times to where, we have 0 cards in the graveyard right now, and so that one little extra mana is kind of worth it sometimes to make sure that you can get an extra land drop and gain some extra life, which is a very nice feeling. So let's have the land come down for the turn. That's going to be Island. And yeah, I think that's going to be good. So let's have Euro enter the battlefield. It's going to be Field of Ruin. And if we don't have these extra lanes in our hand, we probably sequence some of our ramp spells. So, all right, so we're going to have that trigger go on the stack first. That's going to be 1 damage from the Spewer. Let's go and have Field of Ruin enter the battlefield. And we're going to send Euro to the graveyard. That way, next turn, we can go for Circuitous Route, a Chromatic Lantern, Gilded Goose, District Guide. Either way, we're going to be in a pretty good spot. Now, with us ramping pretty good like this and the fact that we're... Ooh... Torbrand. So we do need to get one of our gain control spells, because with Torbrand, that's going to really accelerate the damage that's going to be done to us. So we kind of want to do something about that. So let's have Chromatic Lantern. That's going to still end up being 4. And that'll allow us to go for Circuitous Route. Or if we end up going for Gilded Goose, District Guide, that's going to be a little bit of extra blocking. That'll be some life gain. I think either way, we just need to get bodies. Yeah, I think with Calamity and Torbrand out there, I think the main thing is that we need to get to as much mana as possible, as quickly as possible, in hopes that we run into something like Agent of Treachery or something like Mass Manipulation. So that's kind of what we're going for right now. I know we aren't not going to have a lot of blockers or 0 blockers on the battlefield, but we're going to try our best to get out of this one, because if we run into Mass Manipulation, that's at least going to be Mass Manipulation for 2 or 3. Because we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, and if we hit a land off the top, or at least sometime soon, we might be able to get control of a couple different things. So we'll see what we'll be able to assemble off of this one. But you can definitely see, if you're a goblin person for commander, Krenko's actually pretty good in arena brawl like this. So all right, that's going to be Sure Strike. Let's see if we survive this. That's going to be 8. It's going to be a +1 counter. My goodness. It's going to put us down to 13. That's going to be some extra damage. I think we're good, because that's first strike damage. It's going to put us down to 4. No, never mind. We are definitely done. So anyway, good game to our opponent. That's the way Brawl goes sometimes, but I will see you in the next one. All right, bye. Welcome to Euro versus Garruk. Oh yeah, this is going to be a good match. I just played against Krenko. I don't know how I'm going to edit the videos together, but as far as our opening hand goes, yeah, I like this. We've got Radical Idea. We can get into the graveyard, Agent of Treachery, to convince Garruk to join our side of the battlefield, and Nissa, which allows us to get a little bit of extra mana. So we're going to keep on this one. No reason to ship this one back. But yes, hope you're excited. I just played against Krenko. Like I mentioned, not sure if how I edit the videos together, but that was oof. Those Gerblins, they can get a really nice board state going pretty quick. Let's lead off with Temple of Mysteries. Get the Scry going, the Scurry. A little bit of Fever if you're keeping score at home, and that's going to be our 4th land drop. So we could put this on the bottom in hopes of a force, but we're just going to go and put this on top for right now, and then we will pass the turn to our opponent. Playing Euro. Euro enters the battlefield, sacrifice it unless it escaped. Then whenever Euro enters the battlefield or attacks, you gain 3 life, draw a card, put a land from your hand onto the battlefield, and escape for double green and double blue. Let's go for forest. Let's have old Arcane Signet come down. And then we will pass the turn over to our opponent. Playing gets Garruk, Cursed Huntsman. 0 ability, create 2 green and black wolf creature tokens with, whenever this creature dies, put a loyalty counter on each Garruk you control. Then for a -3, destroy target creature, cash in a card draw. -6, you get an emblem that says creatures you control have +3/+3 and have trample. So there we go. And I will say this, if our opponent gets to that -6, that is almost good game. You can beat it. I've beat it before, but it is something that you don't really want to happen. So let's have Island come down. Let's go for Dryad, because I think we're going to be able to make an extra land drop. Yeah, I'd like that. All right, we'll have Dryad come down, and that'll keep us online for Radical Idea, and we can get that into the graveyard. Anything else? No, we're going to go and pass the turn. Yeah, so at this point right now, we're going to be going for Radical Idea. That'll be an extra card draw. And it looks like our opponent's a little bit... we've been making extra land drops, so that it looks like they're behind on land drops, but we have so many. And then Firemine Vessel. So yeah, I think at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to wait for them to go for Garruk, and then we're going to go ahead and gain control of it. They don't really have that many threats on the battlefield to stop us from doing that, or at least, you know, with us having Dryad, that's going to be a 2/4, so we'll be in a good spot from there. So let's have Command Tower come down. And the good thing about us running into shared summons is that typically one of the sources we're going to grab is Agent of Treachery, so that's going to be pretty good for us. Your lands are so if we actually end up going for Nissa, that'll still give us 2 extra mana with Command Tower for a forest. How do we want to set this up? So we've got Euro entering the battlefield to cash in a card draw. But yeah, I think at this point we just end up going Nissa. That's going to give us access to a ton of mana, and then anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn. Now, with Nissa, I don't like going for the 0 ability to turn one of our lands into a creature, especially playing against a deck that might have Ritual of Soot. You know, this is a Simic ramp deck. We want to get to as much mana as quickly as possible, and so we're going to go ahead and hold off on going for that 0 ability, because the main thing that we're running Nissa in here for is just to have double mana, and with Dryad out there, that's going to turn all of our mana into a lot of mana, which is very nice. So let's see if they end up going for the minus. All right, they're going to end up going for the wolf tokens, which is exactly what we want to see. So let's go and pass the turn. And that's going to go over to our turn. So let's go for this Agent of Treachery. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So let's go double green. Let's go double green. And this is so nice. If you're not sure why this interaction works, we have Dryad. Lands you control are every basic land type in addition to the other type. So with Nissa, Nissa says when you tap a forest for mana, add an additional green. So this turns all of our lands into forests in addition to what they normally are. So very nice feeling. So let's go double green. And we'll tap down for 1 more blue with Arcane. Actually, we need at least double blue. I guess either way we'll end up going for Thirst for... because that'll be Agent of Treachery. And let's gain control of Garruk. All right, Potus can scoop it up on that one. Most of the time, that's enough to be good game. So we're in a good enough state to gain control of it. Man, it just feels so good just stealing stuff like that. If you want to have fun in Brawl, just toss an Agent of Treachery and Mass Manipulation, and you will get some W's that way. So anyways, I'll see you in the next game. All right, bye.